Hello everybody, Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. I would like to show how to create a test or quiz in the Moodle. For this, before we start going to the Moodle and do the job, um, you have to basically prepare within your team the questions and be clear about the questions and have it in the form of a Word document or a PDF. And you may also need to have a picture editor, which the basic thing that every computer exists is the paint. This is because you may need to screenshot or save the graphs and tables into a format which we can feed it into our multiple choice questions. So I will show you, this is a set of questions which in our team we have decided about it. So I'll show you. We have edited, we have made a round of discussion with my colleagues. For example, the question 1 is in economics, the term capital refers to which of these, which the right answer is basically is building and equipments, the last one. And then the second questions goes about the trade-off and etc. Some questions you may see that there is a table, or some of them they have a graph. Okay, so I will give both examples, one for only text-based and the other one for the graphical. So I'll just get it down. So we have that one ready, and we make the paint also available for our graphical purpose. That's also the paint, so we can have it minimized also. And of course we need to go to I would remove this to below here. We need to log into our e-learning or the Moodle. So clicking on the link eLearn, that's the link, and then you get your credential and you go into your Moodle modules. So if we click here, we have a list of courses which we are teaching. The dashboard is here. It's a little bit slow, I don't know why, but in the let me try it again. Home. I tried it before, it was showing now. Oh, login. So I have my credential already saved, so I was not in my course yet. Okay, now I see my name here, so I'm inside. So let me see. Yes, in the dashboard I have my icon 2221. So I go into my course, you will go to yours. Then we will start. So we are trying to give a online, as you see in my class, I have given my students course syllabus, PowerPoints, etc. And I have given a number of already activities which they are doing it. So we want to create a new one. We're going to call it midterm. So first thing is to click on this gear sign and make it editable. So turn editing on. You may be familiar with this. I go slow, assuming that you haven't done it before. So I will show step by step everything. Okay, now we are inside, and I can even edit the settings of the formerly given, or some of them are hidden here, including this midterm, which I did it before this recording this video. Okay, here we see add a new activity, so we have to click on this. And quiz, homeworks, assignments has different names. For a multiple choice quiz or an essay type quiz or test or midterm, we shall choose the format or the activity called quiz, and then we will give it a different name. So then I click on add. Okay, here we are going to call it a name. So I'm going to call it this time test. Okay, test sample. And then you can also give some description. These are all here you see something is written here, expand all, because there are several settings before you make it visible to the students. There are some important features which you need to set. So I click on that expand all, and then I go one by one and tell you what it is. So description is not important. In case you want to give some guidelines, it will be shown here. So maybe this is for that one page of cover page of the exam. We can actually make this page also for our midterm, similar to what we had done it for paper exam. But this is very important when the exam is going to be available, so you have to enable it. And then let's say we will give a date. So the date, I pick up any time, maybe 25th of April 2020. And here it depends on our policy. I think in our earlier session we agreed that let's open it for a longer period and give it a time limit for doing it. Okay, so I will allow it for the entire 25th of April, whichever day is it, from the 0 time until the 25th. Again, I bring, actually it's Saturday, so let's make it not 25th, 26th Sunday. So this one also I make 26th, and 26th end of the day. So end of the day would be this time. So this is very important. And then the time limit, I think if you this is again about our policy. I put 120 minutes, so 2 hours for this exam. We can decide about it, and we have to be, all of us, if we have coordinated exam, all of us has to be consistent. And the rest is not important. Here is important, layout. We want to give one question by one question, or we can give 10 questions at a time, but then students can go up back and forth, but every time they have one questions. And can they go back and forth, navigation across the questions? Yes, we will let them do it. We'll let them to go back and forth, and then at the end they will submit. Or we can make it more strict to be sequential. Whatever the questions will be shown, first question 1, finish, and then go, then there is no chance to go backward. Okay, so this one again, I for the time being I choose it as the free navigation, but it can be sequential for if in case we agree all together. And does it need to be shuffled? Yes, we want to be shuffled. So the questions, if they call a mobile to each other, if the questions are all at the same questions, then they can cheat it. But if it goes to different student with different questions, so this basically reduces the chance of cheating. So shuffle, yes. And how questions behave? Well, I will leave this with the default, deferred feedback. Okay, so deferred feedback is the default. I leave it as it is. And immediately after the attempts, which it means this is only one attempt, for the homeworks will be multiple attempt, we will give only upon finishing the exam, they can see their marks, they can even see their right answer. Or we can remove this and we can share it afterwards. Later, after it's been finished, yes, they can see their marks. We can give them the right answer as well if you wish. After it's closed, again, the same thing. So with my homeworks, I do the settings differently. I will give more time. So I will say the opening at this time and closing at maybe after 3 weeks for every chapter. And the time limit I don't give, so they can open it and do it part of the day and later. So, but for the quiz or exam, midterm exam, we have to be specific time. And then we will save it. So these settings are all. The other ones I will leave it with the defaults. So the midterm exam or the sample test is been designed and it's been visible here. Because I don't want my students to see it, because I'm going to basically, actually they cannot see it because the date is in the future. But still, if you want to hide it from the students, you can click on hide. Okay. And immediately you will see that in the upcoming calendar. Also, I did before this video the midterm 26, and this is also 26. Okay, I hope up to here is clear. So we have created the midterm, the test sample. Now we want to add the questions. So how do we add the questions? We click on the test and it brings us to here. We shall click on edit quiz, or alternatively with this gear we will see it here, edit quiz. So this edit quiz here or edit quiz here. Okay, so now we enter to the environment which we can add the questions, and we have our PDF file ready and our paintbrush also ready. Okay, so you see there is no questions at the moment. It is called editing test sample, and by default it's got 10 marks. We have to edit this accordingly. Okay, there is an add button here. So this is the way that we will add questions. There are 3 options here. If you have already a Moodle compatible test bank of your textbook or other textbooks which you have uploaded, you can bring the questions from there randomly or specifically. This is a specific questions you will bring from the test bank. This is randomly you have been given uploaded all the questions for different chapters, and then you can use this. But we don't want to go with these ones because that needs another session of how we are importing the test bank into our Moodle environment. That is a little bit time consuming for all of us. Basically here I'm going to use a new question. So I want to type my questions, and once I click on this, it asks that is it a calculation, is it a calculated multiple choice, or is it essay, is it matching, Is it a multiple choice? So I choose multiple choice. We can go for it. A short answer, remember we said that we can add or give some short answer. This is also an option, but the short answers needs to be manually graded. The only one which is automatically is going to be graded is the multiple choice or the true false. So the best option is the multiple choice, and we are going to do multiple choice at this stage. And it's the one that I'm going to demonstrate. Okay, so it's a little bit slow. Okay, so the ones with red exclamation must be filled. Okay, so I'm going to give the question name. After this circling stops, I would be able to edit it. Okay, it's now doable. So sample test, I just give the name. Sample test Q1. Okay, that's the name I choose. Can be anything. So what is the text of the question? I will bring from my document. I have to choose this cursor base and then copy it from here. Okay, the question is, in economics the term capital refers to, so I will paste it here. Okay, and then how much would be the mark for every questions? We just like the paper exams, we give 1 mark, so it's already by default is 1. And the feedback, do we need to give the feedback? If you have some feedback for the students after finish, they want to review it, we can type it here. But I think we can leave it. The numbering by default is the small a, b, c, but there are also capital A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, Romanic numbers, things like that. So I will go with the default A, B, C. So the choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, this has got A, B, C, D, E, 5 options maximum. So I have to type the A over here, copy, then I will paste it here. So the A is mineral resources. Is it the capital, mineral resources? The B is oil and gas resources. Are they capital? They are natural resources, not capital resources. The choice 3, I will first type it and then I will tell you about how we determine the right answer. So the choice 3 is consuming goods. The money in one's pocket, is that the capital? Choice 4. And choice 5 is buildings and equipment. So here we are not referring to the financial investment, we are referring to economic investment. The capital refers to economic investment. This is buildings and equipments. Okay, so let me go back to the choice. Is the choice 1 the right answer? Great, none. So if I put none, it means that that is not the right answer. B, C, D, but the choice 5 is going to be 100%. So you give 100% for the right choice. Any feedback you want to give? Your correct answer, you can type it here. So already by choosing that 100%, it's already saying that what is this? And multiple tries, we don't allow the multiple tries. So we'll just save it. So the reminder of the attributes of the multiple choice is not necessary. So this, we did it. We made 1 questions already here, and you see ST question 1, this is question number 1, and it's If you want to preview it, you click on this preview question, the magnifier. It will open a window, and then you will see how it looks. What the students is doing it, they see this part only. They see this part. They don't see this part because here is the answer is being said. So basically, in economics, the term capital refers to A, the money, B, oil and gas, and you see already it's been shuffled. We had this one as the, so and the students also always see the questions shuffled both in terms of the options and in terms of the questions. Okay, so we just close the preview. And now I want to give you another example of when we have a question with the graphics. Okay, so let's choose one of the questions with graphics. And let's do this one. I want to do this question. Okay, so it's got a little bit of text here, and then a graph, and then a question. Question 17. Refer to the figure above. What is what? Okay, so I first bring the text, this one copy. So I am adding another question, a new question, and then again you have to choose the multiple choice. Okay, okay, so we give, which question is number, question number is, this is question number 17. So I have to give sample test question 17. Okay, in the top of the, you have to wait a little bit until these features comes. Otherwise, it's going to be a code base. So this is like, make it exactly like a Word document. And let me tell you something. Because I did copy paste from a PDF file, there is already paragraphing. You need to remove that gap. If I don't do it, it's gonna be broken. Or let me keep it as it is. Later, I will show you what is the consequence of that. Okay, and then we're gonna insert a picture over here, and then the second part of the questions is this. I use copy, and then going back here. So the text part has been written, and we need to insert the graphic parts. So how do we do the graphic parts? If you have a PDF like what I have, make it smaller so as you could see. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I want to basically take this part. So in the PDF, we have this select zoom and a snapshot tool. So by getting the snapshot tool, we'll have the figure or table. It's in the clipboard already. And then I go and bring the paint, which we have it opened here, and then I paste it here. Okay, there would be some free spaces. We can remove those free spaces. So the amount which is needed. This is now looks very good. Then we save it as, sorry, save as. We have to select the format. I would recommend JPEG format. Okay, and then you have to choose where you want to save it. I have chosen my folder for the meter. So, and then I call it the figure Q70. Okay, so I know this is the figure of the question 70. Okay, so this is now a JPEG format is ready there. So I minimize those. So I put my cursor here where I want to insert the image. And here we have insert edit image. So I click on that and then I will upload this to my Moodle. It brings this window. Choose the file. And where's the file is exactly where if it is not here, you have to go and find your folder. And remember, we saved it question figure question 17. So this is the one. And now I will upload it. So take a little bit of a while, and you now see how it looks, and then you insert it. Are you sure you want to continue? Of course. So it's already there. So the questions is been completed and it's got 1 mark. And now we have to finish the choices. So I quickly do that. The choices are this one, $7, $4, $5, and $3. And the right answer would be 17, would be C. So the right answer would be $5. I mark it in my page here. So I quickly go back. So the option 1 is $7. Option choice 2 is $4. None of them are the correct answer, so we leave it with none. Question 3 is the right answer, and it's $5, so you have to give 100%. And the last choice 4, there's no choice 5, $3. Okay, so this is also done, and then I will save it. So I want to show you the preview of this. This is the last part. After you entered all the questions, you have to give it a very thorough review and make sure that the questions are also look all good. So with the first question, we already did it. With the second question, it looks like this. So the graph is shown. And remember I said that the paragraphing is different. So you see, this has to be continuous. I told there, and also similar thing here. This is because we did copy paste and from PDF to this environment. And the right answer is basically now after the shuffling, it's the right answer. B is correct. Okay, and we can see it down here. Right answer, $5. Okay, that is how it is. So let's edit it and make sure that it doesn't. For editing, you have to click on this gear sign. Give it a few seconds till it comes to the editing mode. Okay, initially this is a code, then becomes like a word base. So after this page is settled, you would be able to see the editing mode. So be patient. This is not a perfect editor. Okay, now you see I have Grammarly. We can even check the grammar. Okay, the following figure shows, and this is, I have to remove this space here, and there's a space also here. Okay, now that these spaces are deleted, the questions are going to look much better. So save changes. Okay, so we have to have all the questions which is decided by all of us. translated to the Moodle base. And after you are happy with your questions, then you have to give the right number of questions. Like here we have 2 questions, so we give 2 points. But if you have 40 questions, we give 40. And then make sure you click on this shuffle. This shuffle is important to be clicked. So every time it shuffles the questions for the students and also shuffles the options. So save. That's it. I hope you like this presentation. I'm gonna post this, email this to everybody. So in case that you missed anything in the online presentation, you can watch this video and enjoy. So if I go back to the homepage of the module, and then I can basically remove the editing mode. Turn off. And if you want to see the students to see it, you need to basically make it visible. You have to make it visible. So turn on the editing mode and make this visible to the students. Here it says hidden for the students. So let me do that. Sorry, I had to do this before. So edit. Show. And then so it's actually no longer a gray area. It's very clear and colory. Okay. Now we have one tests available, and the students will be advised that the exam is set on certain date, and on that date they will click on it, and they're going to be given a certain time frame. Once they start, click on the start. It's for me it's showing the review. For the students it says start the quiz. Then once they do it, start attempt. And then you see that the time is shown. So one question, and then go to the next question. So we made it free. They can go back and forth with the questions, back and forth. But there was a setting that we could basically make it sequential. So students will not allow to move backward, only one way. Okay? And then once they finish, they say finish attempt. Finish attempt. And then they will see immediately they will see their results. Okay? Actually, because I did not answer, so I cannot see. How much time left? We have this much time left because I give 2 hours. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I will repeat this in our online session. This is just for the record, and have a lovely day.